So this is what the Observa app is going to look like. And there's some big main differences between Observa and Field Agent and Mobi, and I'm going to explain them. So the first one is map. So this is where you're going to see a visual representation of where the gigs are on the map. So right now I could see that there's a gig app, there's a gig here, and a gig here. So one big difference is between this app and Field Agent and Mobi. So Field Agent, there's going to be a lot more gigs. Same thing with Mobi. There's going to be way more of these jobs available. But the difference is with Observa, it is going to pay a lot more. So each gig is going to pay significantly more than most gigs on Mobi and Observa. So let me go to the list and show you. So here we have the lowest price I've seen right now is $10 or $11. And on Mobi and Field Agent, most of the gigs there are going to be $3. $3, I've seen $2, I've seen $1. Some of them do go up to $8, $10, $15, but for the most part, I would say 90% of the gigs that you're going to see on Field Agent are $3. So you could do one Observa gig and make as much as doing like 3 or 4 of the Field Agent gigs. But with a higher price, sometimes comes more work and more difficulty and more stress. So is that the case with Observa? Yes, it is. So this one right here, this one is less than 2 miles away from my house. $12 seems like a good deal. But I did this one. I went to the Walmart, drove there, did half the gig, and abandoned it in the middle. And the one reason is because with this gig, when you click on it, it says you are required to speak with a store manager employee to address any shelf issues. So this is more than just going and taking pictures. Field Agent and Mobi, most of the times you just take pictures, answer questions. You don't have to talk to anybody. With this, you have to have the manager paged, wait for the manager, and then take a picture of the back of the store. Sometimes you have to restock the shelf. It's more like you're doing a merchandising than you're doing an audit. So for me, it was taking like 20 minutes for the manager to finally get paged, so it made the $12 not worth it if it takes me like an hour, and some of the questions are more difficult. So for the most part, my opinion, I wouldn't do the ones where you have to talk to employees, because I tried it and I've been doing these type of apps for like 10 years and I like to think I'm really good at it, but I wasn't able to complete these ones. But that's not everyone. So if we go here, category photo. This one is like a Field Agent shelf view. So what you're going to do is there's 10 different categories and you have to take nice straight pictures of the whole category. So I've gotten some of these approved. I've gotten some of them denied. Make sure your pictures are clear. The camera is harder to use than other apps. You can't zoom out. So if the shelf's too close, it could be difficult. But this one is possible. You don't have to talk to anybody. And if there's a lot in your area, you could really rack up the money. There was category photos for liquor stores. Like every Walmart liquor store, you had to take a picture of every liquor category. And those ones, when those drop, I'll do like 10 or 20 of them in a day and make like $250. So look out for these ones. Category photo audits. These are possible. These are easy. They do take a little bit. This one took about like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, but $12 is pretty good for 15 minutes. Now, another thing with this app is you can reserve them. So if you hit reserve, you have 2 hours to finish them. This is the most annoying thing with Mobi is none of these, you can't reserve anything. So like today when I went in the morning to do my gigs, I pulled up to a Publix to do a gig and it disappeared because someone else did it or something like that. So you can't reserve it. So you could go drive 20 minutes to go do a Mobi gig and it could disappear. Field Agent, you have up to 4 hours to do it. So if you accept it, then you have 4 hours for the most part. Sometimes it's less, but for the most part, it's 4 hours. So keep that in mind. Only accept it if you are going to be able to actually complete and submit the job within 2 hours. And then sometimes there'll be like $5 or $6 ones. Like there was ones at Sam's Club that was $6. It was literally one picture, super easy, and it paid $6. And these ones will increase. Like this one in my area, these $12 ones, they started at $9, but not a lot of people know about this app, or just not a lot of people do this app, so they will increase them significantly. So if the price is a little lower than you would like, keep checking back and it may increase. So once you submit the app, it's judged by real people. So let me just show you another type of one. This is another bread and rolls restocking. So you have to go into the back room, talk to the manager, take a picture of the inventory stuff, and actually pack out the bread and stuff. So that's another one that I tried and I wasn't able to do. So my opinion, I would only do the photo audits. Those are the ones that I was actually able to get paid from. And keep in mind that if you're looking to do this as like a part-time job or something, doing this app alone is not really going to be good unless you're in like a major city where there's going to be a lot, because right now the only ones that are available that I would do are about 40 minutes away in each direction. So keep that in mind, that if you want that this app is a great app, but you're going to want a multi-app. Maybe if I'm driving the 40 minutes to this one, I could do some Uber Eats, I could do Roadie, I could do stuff on my way heading down south. So keep that in mind. And then also, if you're using Observa and you haven't heard of Mobi or Field Agent, definitely download them and do all three, because now I could get other gigs on the way here. Let's see. So there's one down south there on Observa. And now if I go to Field Agent, so on my way, I could hit this one, I could hit that one, I could hit that one, and then I could go to that one. So instead of just driving there for free, I could hit these Field Agent ones on the way. So to make money with these type of apps, you're definitely going to want a multi-app. That is going to be my biggest tip. So this app pays cash. It pays by PayPal. So over here, it's going to say your observations, they call it. So here's one. If you get it rejected, it will say rejected. If there's one still pending, it will be here. And then if it's validated, it's going to be here. So once it's judged by real people and they validate it, then they will send it to your email. You have to sign up with your email, sign up with your PayPal email, and they just send you cash to PayPal. That you could do anything. It's cash to PayPal. You could transfer it to your bank account, use it as cash. Obviously, if you make more than $600, depending on where you are, you will be subject to paying taxes. So I did the gloves ones. These ones were good. So I have done a lot of these ones, not nearly as much as I've done in Field Agent. With this account on Field Agent, I made close to $5,000. With Observa, I made like a lot less than $1,000. You could go to your profile, have some information and stuff. You could put your memberships to clubs. So I'm a member of Sam's Club, so they'll send you to Sam's Club jobs because you're able to go there. So this is a great app, but definitely a multi-app with Field Agent and Mobi. And check out this video over here where I compare Field Agent and Mobi.